Welcome, everyone, to the Pro Baseball Central podcast. This is Joe McDonald, the publisher of New York Sports Day, and I'm joined here with Howie Karpin, one of our columnists and one of the Major League Baseball scorers in New York. We will be discussing tonight the Yankees' loss in Game 1 of the ALDS, 5-4 to the Boston Red Sox. So, Howie, how are you doing?
Good. Ready to go.
Ready to go. So, Yankees had their chances, it looked like. They got Sale out of the game after 5 innings, 5 and change, and put a couple of runs on the board, had runners on base throughout the late innings, but couldn't get all the runs. Just came up just short.
Well, that's been the story of their season, Joe. Anyone that's watched them for 6 months realize that despite the big names and the talent in their offensive lineup, they are not a clutch team. They're terrible in situational hitting, particularly with the bases loaded. That showed up big time tonight in the 7th and 8th innings when they left 5 men on. They strike out too darn much. There's too many Ks in this lineup, too many opportunities for average pitchers to get out of innings. They kill rallies, they don't move runners, and they don't manufacture. So it all came to a head tonight. The game was there for the taking. They couldn't seize it.
And that's going to be the problem. I mean, this was the game for the taking. They could win this. Now they're behind the 8 ball tomorrow, because if they don't win tomorrow, this could be a very short series.
I agree, but I felt they had to win one. It was imperative they win one of the first 2. They can't, as you said, tomorrow's huge. They can't afford to lose 2 games and expect to do what they did last year.
And it looks like Stanton came up with key situations and did not come through.
Yeah, but at least he got a hit and scored a run earlier in the game. It's a team thing. It's not just Stanton. I mean, a lot of guys failed in the clutch tonight.
Yeah, I mean, what do you think the Yankees have to do tomorrow to get even the series?
I'm saying that they got David Price tomorrow, who they've owned over the years. They've got to make sure they take advantage of this opportunity and get some runs on the board early to help Tanaka, get him going early on, keep the Red Sox off the board as best as possible. You're not going to shut them out. But if they can get Game 2, the series takes on a whole new perspective going back to the Bronx. If they lose, they're probably not going to come back and win the series.
I mean, I can't see them taking 3 in a row from the Red Sox. I don't even think the Red Sox lost 3 in a row all year.
That's what I mean. I was saying they can't duplicate what they did last year. Yeah, they'll be tough in the Bronx, but the Red Sox are very capable of winning a game here at Yankee Stadium in this postseason.
Yeah, and it showed in the first few innings. The Red Sox did it by their formula. J.D. Martinez was the power. He came through. Bogarts comes through for them later on, and they just piled on the runs, and that 5-0 lead was just insurmountable.
Well, you look at how they piled on the runs. And after the homer, they manufactured a couple of runs. They played a little small ball. They moved runners. Their offense is more versatile than the Yankee offense. And when you're in the postseason, you got to be able to be fundamentally sound on offense, and the Yankees are not.
Yeah, so it looks like tomorrow is going to be a key game. You mentioned it before. They have to take advantage of their opportunities. And I believe Tanaka really has to pitch maybe the game of his life as a Yankee. And he's come through before, but this is the one he has to really come through on if the Yankees have any chance this year.
Yeah, he's going to have to give them at least 4 or 5 because I still think it comes down to the bullpens. And the Yankees are going to have to hit Boston's bullpen. They've been struggling, and they almost collapsed tonight. This time they're going to have to, shut the door on them, or at least, I should say, open the door if they get an opportunity and storm right in.
Yep. All right. So we appreciate your time, Howie, tonight. And for Howie Karpin, this is Joe McDonald on the Pro Baseball Central podcast. And we'll be back tomorrow to preview Game 2 before the game with Rich Mancuso. Thanks, Howie. Take care.
All right. Take it easy.